Morning. Welcome. Hopefully, we are winding things down here, so we will get started and get things done today and see just how things go. Let's start by thanking our Sergeant at Arms staff for standing by and helping us this morning. Tom Burrows, Robert Cordell, Rod Fuller, Dean Gustafson, and Mike Harris. There we go. Thank you very much. Pages are here today, and want to thank them and welcome them again. We have Preston Carroll from Fuquay, Senator Bergen, Isaac Hoylman, Bakersville, Senator Heiss, Lisa Howard, Atlantic Beach, Senator Bodie, morning, Faith McCall, Concord, Senator Paul Newton, and Kaylin Winford from Mooresville. Said I saw you. So welcome everyone, and happy to have you here and joining in with us this morning. Let's get to the agenda, and we're going to start at the top, please. And we will start with House Bill 674, Child Advocacy Centers, sharing information. Well, that's not the first one. We have 219. Let's start with it. Charter school omnibuses. Representative Torben.
Good morning, Doctor. How are you, my friend? Fine, sir. Hope you are.
I am. Help yourself.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here at Senate Rules. Thank you for having me and hearing the bill. House Bill 219, Charter School Omnibus, started off as a much more lengthy bill, much more many pages, but both sides of the debate went in and tailored it down. It's a bill meant to provide parity between the educational units of our state, which is traditional public charter. Like I say, it's been heard through numerous committees. We are here. I'd be more than happy to go through the bill at length or ad nauseum, but I would prefer to stay in for any questions, and we'll move from there, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We will do. Members of the committee, do we have questions or comments for Representative Torben? Does anyone in the audience care to speak? Does anyone care to make a motion? Thank you. We have a motion from Senator McInnes for a favorable report. House Bill 219, Charter School Omnibus. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is that it for you
Chairman.
today?
It is, sir. Thank you, and you have a great day.
Thank you. Now let's go to House Bill 674, Child Advocacy Centers, share information. Senator Heiss. Take over, Senator Heiss, and it's yours.
I'll do it. Thank you, members of the committee, agreeing to run this on the floor for sane, so I'll jump in here. This bill will establish requirements for the Child Advocacy Center, specifically in what data they collect and what data they share with the state, that would both protect that information and allow them to be eligible for state funds for services provided through the Department of Health and Human Services. So be happy to answer any other questions you've got, but I think that's where he stands.
Thank you, Senator Heiss. Members of the committee, do we have questions or comments? Senator Heiss? Does anyone in the audience care to speak? Seeing none, we have a motion from Senator Todd Johnson for a favorable report on House Bill 674, Child Advocacy Centers. Share information. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you, Senator Heiss. House Bill 814, Emergency Management. Mods, Representative Pless. You're not going to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you want to.
No, I don't want to do it. Help yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, members. House Bill 814 is emergency management's sort of, I guess, agency bill. It's pretty much technical in nature. There is a few things. Section 1 eliminates an antiquated medical needs registry. Then Section 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are pretty much, well, through 6 are pretty much technical information and changes from going from GDAX and some other things on the conforms to the North American grid system, and then they have authority over the county and state boundaries. And I'll be happy to entertain any questions, Mr. Chairman, you might have.
Thank you.
But I'd ask for your support.
Thank you, Senator Jackson. Members of the committee? Members of the audience? Seeing none, we have a motion from Senator Heiss for a favorable report on House Bill 814, Emergency Management Mods. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, members.
Thank you. House Bill 184, Maggie Valley. Good morning, Senator Moffitt. Help yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, members. This particular bill, House Bill 184, affects only the town of Maggie Valley, and it seeks to do three things. It prohibits the town from exercising ETJ powers until January 1st of 2028. It prohibits the town from adopting or renewing or extending any temporary moratorium on development until that same time. It also prohibits the town from downzoning property without the written consent of all the property owners until January 1 of 2028. There is also a definition in the bill regarding what downzoning actually looks like in the town of Maggie Valley, and I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you. Do we have questions? Senator Mayfield?
Y'all know the question I always ask on these bills is, did the town of Maggie Valley request this? Is this being done for or done to?
Thank you, Senator Mayfield. I anticipated your question. It's all of the above. We actually had meetings here in the General Assembly among members of the House as well as members of the Senate and affected property owners. So the Board of Aldermen are at odds with one another. The property owners are at odds with the Board of Aldermen. So this hopes to resolve that issue.
Thank you. Further questions? Does anyone in the audience care to speak on this bill? Seeing none, we have a motion from Senator Lee for a favorable report on House Bill 184, Maggie Valley Development Authority. All in favor, please say aye. And opposed, no. Motion carried.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank
members.
you. House Bill 387, Medal of Valor Award for First Responders. Representative Miller. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Good morning, committee. House Bill 387 gives the governor and lieutenant governor the opportunity to award a potential of 4 Medal of Valor awards each year to first responders for a combined total of 8 awards. 2 awards to individual first responders, 1 to one responder in a special circumstance, and 1 to a first responder unit such as a swift water rescue or SWAT team. The definition of first responders in this bill includes volunteers and nonprofit units as well as law enforcement, EMS, et cetera. And I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you. Questions from the committee? Comments? Anyone in the audience care to speak? Seeing none, we have a motion from Senator Paul Lowe for a favorable report on House Bill 387, Medal of Valor Award for First Responders. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Charlie. House Bill 397, Town of Lake Lure, property lease. Senator Moffitt.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, what this bill does is allows the town of Lake Lure to enter into a lease longer than 10 years with a nonprofit regarding an abandoned bridge over the Broad River that's currently used as a part of a walking trail, and they have a lot of flower sculptures and arrangements there.
Thank you. Questions from the members, comments? Comments from the audience? We have a motion from Senator McInnes for a favorable report on House Bill 397, Town of Lake Lure property lease. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members.
Thank you. Okay. Residency District, City of Northwest, that's mine. Would you like to chair for me, please?
Senate Bill 386, Senator Rabin is recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you. Members, this is a request from the Town Fathers for the City of Northwest, and it would revise the city charter to require the members of the city council to be elected from 4 residency districts. And it staggers when these elections will be so that it will not completely all turn over at one time. It's a local request and a local bill. I appreciate your support.
Motion from Senator Perry for a favorable report. Anybody from Northwest who wishes to speak? Seeing none, I see Senator Mayfield seeking the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No questions on the bill. Just wanted Senator Rabin to make sure that Senator Heiss presented your bills in a most excellent way in committee yesterday.
Thank you.
It seemed important that you know that.
Senator Paul Newton.
I just wanted the committee to know that those bills would not be the same today without the incredible amendments that were made yesterday as well.
Team Newton Heiss. All right. All in favor of Senator Jim Perry's motion to give Senate Bill 386 a favorable report, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Bill passes. The next one is Senate Bill 750, Brunswick Regional Sanitary District Board. Senator Rabin.
Thank you, members. This is very much the same thing. The members of the board, the governing body, came forward and asked for me to run this bill, and so I have. And it again staggers the elections so that the board will not be swept and new board all take over at one time. Local bill requested by the locals.
Any questions on the bill? Anybody from Brunswick who wishes to speak? Seeing none, Senator Perry moves for a favorable report as to Senate Bill 750. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Bill passes. Senator Rabin.
Senator Heiss, would you like to run these on the floor? I think you might. Let me see if I can get back to the, if I can find the agenda here to start over. Get an agenda. Well, let's just pull it up here.
Which one do we want?
I need the agenda, that's what I need. Here we go. Someone has walked off with it, or I stuck it in my pocket. We won't worry about that. Let's see. We're at House Bill 447, clarify motor vehicle dealer laws.
You got it.
Here we go. Senator Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And members, you know, if you've seen the news last few days, you've seen the white smoke coming down from Canada. That was not from Canada. It was from the dealers and the automobile manufacturers coming together. The white smoke has risen, and to my knowledge, there is no opposition to this bill. It's all our annual automobile and franchise dealers bill, and I'll be happy to entertain any questions. And John Policastro is here for technical answers.
Thank you.
Ask for your support.
Questions from the membership? Does anyone in the audience care to speak? Mr. Policastro, do you care to speak, or just want to private? Okay,
Mayfield.
Senator Mayfield, all right.
Quick question, sorry, is this substantially similar to the Senate bill that covers the same thing that we dealt with, or have there been significant changes?
There has been significant changes, but they combined the two Senate bills into this bill, and so there, like I said, there is a consensus here, and to my knowledge, there's no opposition.
Thank you. Further questions or comments? Seeing none, we have a motion from Senator Todd Johnson for favorable report on House Bill 447, clarify motor vehicle dealer laws. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. And opposed, no. Motion carried.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, members.
Thank you, Senator. House Bill 542, HOA revisions, foreclosures, trustee. Senator Todd Johnson. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, we have changed this bill a good little bit, and we ran an amendment in J yesterday, and I want to go ahead and let the committee know a lot of questions came up from a lot of attorneys yesterday, and so had a nice meeting with the state bar, and I think we've come to some consensus language, so there will be a floor amendment addressing those concerns. What we've done is made changes to HOA laws so that the members of those HOAs will have full transparency into what's going on in their HOA. We've addressed getting into contracts that are long contracts that these HOAs can't get out of. So we've stated that no contract can exceed 1 year, and there's no automatic renewal in them. Also that the HOAs cannot, or the HOA management companies cannot keep a percentage of the fines that are levied. In addition to the fines, HOAs will have a time limit in which they can actually take action on these liens, and after a certain period of time, if they don't take that action, then those fines just go away. We also addressed a concern with transfers. So our existing statute allows a maximum of $200 to be charged in the event of a transfer, but there's some typically national groups that will do the $200, but then they require, well, you've got to buy this and you got to pay this and you got to have this for other material, and it can be upwards of $300 additional. So we closed that loophole. We've wanted to make sure we address proper notification to members. And one thing that was on the fines that was brought to our attention is HOAs are one of the only groups in the state that are allowed to keep their fines. So on the fines, we've changed it to where all fines collected by the HOAs have to be remitted to the Civil Penalty and Forfeiture Fund. Let's see here. Currently, we've changed, this gets pretty technical, but we've changed the ability on foreclosure from power of sale to judicial foreclosure. This piece is still being discussed and debated, so we may end up changing that as well, so I'll keep you posted on that. We do address parking, so HOAs will only be allowed to regulate parking on roads that are private to the HOA. If it's a state road, then the HOA can't regulate the parking on a state road. If it's a municipal road, the HOA can't regulate parking on the municipal road. They would have to go to the towns to get the regulations in place for that. A few other changes, but and we do address on-site small businesses, primarily if someone wants to offer tutoring lessons or swimming lessons or music lessons. As long as they don't have more than 5 people there at one time, these would be permitted. And I would stand for any questions. If anybody has any concerns, we're working on an amendment, so we'd love to hear your feedback.
Thank you. Members of the committee, questions or comments? Anyone in the audience care to speak on this? Seeing none. We have a motion from Senator Vicky Sawyer for a favorable report on House Bill 542, HOA revisions, foreclosure, and trustee auction. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you. Senate Bill 176, Consumers in Crisis. Senator Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members. Hopefully this bill will go as smooth as that bill. And I did misspeak earlier in the bill that I just mentioned. The amendment on with the state bar was actually on this bill, so I apologize for that. And what we're doing here is allowing consumers in North Carolina to get an advance on a claim in the event of an automobile accident. As I would like to remind the committee and anyone listening, these are not loans. These are advances on money that already belongs to them. There's no recourse, no collections. It's eligible for use in most of the states in the United States, just not here. We also have a ESOP provision that was added. This allows employee-owned companies to qualify for state minority contracts if the company is owned by 51% of minorities or more. I would stand for any questions.
Thank you. Members of the committee, do we have questions or comments? Do we have anyone in the audience that cares to speak? Seeing none, we have a motion from Senator Kravick for favorable report on Senate Bill 176, Consumers in Crisis Protect Act, ESOPs, etc. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, our last bill is the appointments bill, which I will run with the assistance of my co-chair, Senator Danny.
Senate Bill 754, Senator Rabin is recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you. Members, this is our appointments bill from the pro tem. You can certainly go through it and see who is going to be appointed and what their terms are and where they're from. The House has not come forward with theirs yet. The protocol is we pass the bill, we send it to the House, they add theirs to it, and it comes back. I would ask for your support.
I have a motion from Senator Heiss for a favorable. Any questions from the committee? Any member of the public wishing to speak? Seeing none. All in favor of Senator Heiss's motion for a favorable report as to Senate Bill 754, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill passes. Senator Raven.
Thank you. Members, that concludes our agenda this morning. We appreciate your attendance, and the meeting is adjourned.